I'm a straight shooter.
Hey everyone, Gaming Noodle here with another video. It's been quite some time, hasn't it? I've been busy with other projects at the moment, but I will be doing more videos soon. Specifically Darksiders 2, which is gonna be available to me in about 2 weeks, and I'm also probably going to be doing something on the new expansion for World of Warcraft, Mists of Pandaria, because I will definitely be playing that and checking that out.
I'm way ahead.
But I checked my email yesterday, and apparently I had
On it.
an invite to Dota 2, which really surprised me. I wasn't really expecting it. I opted in for the beta a long time ago, and I never got in, so I just kind of completely forgot about it. And then when I saw the email, I was like, oh my god. I immediately loaded up Steam, I installed it, and here you go. You can see I have recorded a game for you. This wasn't my first game, because while I do have some experience with these types of games, Dota type games, I've never played Dota 2 specifically before. I have played League of Legends for quite a bit, but I haven't played that in a long time. I did give Hon a try, Heroes of New Earth, but I didn't really play it much, to be honest with you. There was a few things that I just didn't really like about the game, so I wasn't sure if I was going to really enjoy Dota 2. But to be honest, I've put in about roughly 12 hours so far. I've played a few games. Thankfully, I've won more than I've lost in live games, but I really am enjoying the game a lot. It's actually really fun. There's a few things that I'm still learning, about this game that I haven't really had experience with before. Like, for instance, there are couriers in this game. It's like a little kind of mule where you can buy stuff without being at the base, and then you can kind of get it to come send the courier to you to pick up the items, so you never really have to leave lane, to be honest, if you're careful. There's actually a lot of things I'm still learning about this game that I haven't done. So, like, this game, for instance, I think it was my second game. As you watch it, you are probably going to see me completely noobify it up. I am really... When I say I'm new to this game, I am new. It does help that I've played League of Legends quite a bit. I kind of get the gist of how to play this type of game, but it's still a completely different game in its own right, and so I had to learn. I basically, I don't know any of these champions, and a big part of this sort of game is you need to know the champions. You need to know the champion you're playing inside and out, and you need to know the enemy champion inside and out, because you need to know what to look out for. If you don't, you never know if you're overextending, or if you think you can get away with a quick burst of damage or attack. There's just loads of things that go into it, and knowledge is really power in these types of games. And if you don't know a whole lot, be prepared to learn the hard way. I mean, you can always play it safe, of course. You don't have to always just kind of test the waters by running headfirst into every situation, but it's a slow process, I think, for a completely new player to get into the game. I guess I'll talk about the game a bit as you watch this playthrough. Give you my first impressions, which this basically is. I think this was my second game overall. Like, I played one before just to kind of get a hang of it, and then I played this one, and I recorded it, and I was hoping, look, if I win, I win, if I don't, I don't, but I'm just going to use what I record.
I run like the wind.
So yeah, this game, let me just say that I really did like League of Legends. I think it's a really good game. I played it a long time ago. I haven't really played it much lately, but then again, I haven't been playing many video games lately, so but it is a good game. I did prefer it to Heroes of New Earth, and in Heroes of New Earth, I do have a legacy account or whatever it's called, because I paid for it before it went free. but I do prefer League of Legends. But when I played this game, I'm really liking Dota 2. It's just very fun. That's one of the main things. When I play a game, I really don't care about specific, because I know some people get really hung up on specific details. Or if something in the game is not exactly how they want it, it kind of ruins the whole experience. But for me, if the overall experience for me is fun, I can definitely overlook, you know, nagging little details that might not be to, you know, might not be to my standard or whatever it is that I find fun or convenient or whatever. This game is fun. That's the bottom line for me at the moment. I haven't really played much, but considering that I am dying a lot and kind of feeding, you know, but it is definitely fun to play. I absolutely love, for instance, the art direction. I think it's fantastic. The graphics itself, I think, are good. Probably, to me, it looks like the best kind of Dota style game I've seen so far, compared to HON and League of Legends. This is, for me, definitely the best looking game. But it's not just graphics. Like I said, the art direction, I really do, it speaks to me. I love it a lot. Like the heroes in this game, they're varied, they look different enough, and they look interesting, and they look fun. Like some of the moves I've seen from the enemy champions is insane. Like I think one was like a massive ghost ship that kind of smashes across the screen. It was crazy. I've never seen something like that. But I do know that because I've never played the original Dota, I know that I think basically this is basically Dota but with new graphics. So like all of the heroes and stuff, they're not new. They're basically from Dota. If I'm wrong on that, I apologize. This is just from the top of my head, from what I seem to remember about this game. Because to be honest, I don't really know much. I've gone into this game pretty much blind. I don't know anything. I never really looked up anything on it. I mean, I was interested in the game, but I just felt like it was too far away for me to get myself too hyped up on it, because I don't like doing that with games. If I feel like it's not going to be out for a long time, I try to just stay away from any type of information that might be leaked about it or anything, or that's available. And then I tend to look at it more when it's coming up to release, because if I get too excited about something, it's just a pain on my ass to get, you know, so excited when I have to wait so long. So I just think forget it. Ooh, you see that? Oh, did I kill it? Yeah, I killed him. This champion that I'm playing now, Windrunner, I really fell in love quite quickly. I do like archer characters, and I tried the Drow Ranger first. I think that's one of the newbie friendly ones, and I definitely needed something newbie friendly. And she was. Basically, I was told she was more like an auto attack champion, so like she does a lot of damage with her auto attacks. And while she was fun to play, it was alright. I kind of, you know, I was looking for something new. I was looking through all the characters because they all look really great. And I came across Windrunner. She seemed to be an archer as well, and a nuker. And I thought, okay, I looked at her skills and I thought it seemed pretty interesting. Thought I'd give her a go. And she has basically been my favorite now ever since. Like every game I play, I always try to pick Windrunner before anyone else, and I think I'm doing pretty good with her. I really love her power shot attack because it's very powerful and it's a good skill shot to have. I've sniped loads of low health enemy members, like without them realizing that they were in danger. Like they run back to the towers and stuff. I guess a lot of these people are new as well. But they run behind the tower and they kind of just linger around. They stay there for a while. I don't know why. And so if I see them before the fog of war goes over them, I shoot. I do my skill shot, and more often than not, it hits them and it kills them. And it's really fun. There was one time I didn't have it recorded, but it was one of the best skill shots in Fog of War I've ever done, and the guy probably thought I was cheating. He was like, "Sure," in capitals, like, "Yeah, sure, you could have done that without cheating."
Of course.
Which was really funny because he was running through the jungle and he was doing a lot of twists and turns to kind of get out of the way. And I kind of picked my spot. I shot the, the skill, and I sniped him, and it was really satisfying. But yeah, I love, like I was saying, I love the art direction. I love the way the characters, the heroes in this game look.
Already moving.
They look really good. There's a lot of them as well. I didn't count how many. But there is a lot of them. And they're split differently than what I'm used to as well. Like, there's intelligence, then there's agility, and then there's, what was the other one? I think it was like attack power or something. But they're different, like, they're different types. Support, carry, initiators, all that sort of thing. And it all says it when you pick a character. It will tell you what they are. So if you're not sure, that's a good thing to have. And I'm not sure, like, because of the way I'm playing, and I don't know if I'm playing with noobs as well. I don't know how much thought goes into the actual makeup of the group. Like, I know in League of Legends, for instance, if you do not pick the proper kind of team setup, you will make people rage hardcore, and immediately before the match even starts, they will just say, "Oh, GG, game over, like, we lose, blah blah," and they rage. So far, I've been picking Windrunner non-stop and quickly before other people pick theirs, so I know that's not a good thing to do, but, like, I'm only comfortable with her right now. But it seems every setup, like, that no one's really complained about the choices. So I don't know if that's a major factor in this game, but I'm sure it is. But just no one's been like shouting at each other. In fact, because I've been using the TeamSpeak as well in the game, and every single person that I've played with so far has been really nice. I've been nice to them as well. I've not been raging or anything. I don't really rage in these sorts of games. I used to kind of rage a bit in League of Legends, but not really anymore. But I've just been kind of trying to, be upbeat in game, and if someone like dies too much, I never like call them out or like rage at them, because there's no point. There's really no point in doing that. It's just nasty. There's no point. Oh, and I kill that guy good again. Bloodthirster, I think his name is. That was fun. But yeah, people have been super nice, and I really like that. But I think it's to do with the fact that it is still in beta and it's not completely open to the public yet. And I'm sure once it's completely open to the public, it's a free-to-play game, I think. So once it goes open completely to the public, I'm sure that will change, where people will, there's going to be a lot more people, and there's going to be a lot more raging going on, and so I'm not going to be looking forward to that, to see the community deteriorate like that, because it's bound to happen. It's like that with every online game I've ever played. At the beginning, it's always great, and it's always fun, and there's always, pardon me, there's always, fun people to play with that are understanding. But then as the game's life goes on and more people like kind of get attracted to it, or just the beginning people just get kind of jaded and fed up, it just becomes very hostile and toxic. It's not good. 1 second, I need to drink. My throat is getting dry again.
Your middle tower is under attack.
I needed that. So yeah, I'm really not looking forward to that. But right as it is now, oh shit, 1 second. But as it is now, it's really nice. The community is very nice. I'm finding matches within a minute. That's always good. You get to pick the regions, and right now I've picked Europe, East Coast America, and West Coast America. That's basically what I've picked. I'm playing from London, but I've picked those areas. And as far as ping goes, I haven't I don't know where to check how to check my ping.
I go.
If it's showing on the actual video I've recorded, then I'm gonna look like an idiot. But I didn't see where the ping was. But I still played alright. Like, I didn't notice any kind of like rubber banding or any kind of major latency issues. I seem to be playing
Have an arrow.
pretty well
Tower has fallen.
with the situation. But yeah, this map that you're seeing now is the only map that seems to be available. And I kind of had a problem with League of Legends about maps. I really wanted a bit more variety in maps, and while League of Legends, you know, it does have a bit of variety with like the weather effects and also
The enemy
actually
middle
having
tower
different
has
maps
fallen.
now. Like, it has 2 different maps, at least from what I remember, and then of course the whole new mode, domination mode, which counts as a new map. This one I only played, like, this is the only map I played. This is the only one that seemed to be available when playing Dota 2 beta. Ooh, I should
Wind in your hair.
tell you that there's a few things as well. For instance, this map has day and night cycles. I don't know if that affects the game somehow, but it's a very cool kind of aesthetic to have, like the way it has, you know, it's day and then after a while it goes into nighttime and then back into daytime. I think it's I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it actually changes anything apart from the looks, but I think it's really neat. I really enjoyed that. I was like, oh cool, you know, it's a nice little touch. The system, like, for buying items with these sorts of games, it's always kind of scary, because if you don't know what to buy or what's good, you are gonna get, you know, people pissed off with you or laugh at you because, oh, why did you buy this item when you should be buying that, blah blah blah. But it does tell you, it does recommend items for you. So I'm just, you know, I've been going by what the recommendations were and been buying those items, and I've been doing good. And again, no one's really said anything yet that, you know, I'm doing something wrong, or I haven't really checked, like, I haven't been looking for guides how to completely maximize or look at strategies for my hero, but I may be doing that because I really am enjoying the game, and I think I'm gonna stick with it for a while.
Of course.
What else about this game? Yeah, just small things. Like, I like the UI. I think the UI is really nice. The way everything is placed, I have no problem with.
The whirlwind.
Very easy to read. I love the portraits, the 3D portraits. You know, you get a nice close-up of your character, and you know, just the little kind of things that they say every now and then when you're clicking. It never gets annoying to me, and it's kind of cute sometimes. At least with the Windrunner heroes, you know, the way she giggles, or, you know, the things that she says sometimes. Along with other heroes, they say some very funny stuff sometimes. It's very fun to play and to listen to and to hear.
My feet fly.
But oh goodness, getting into trouble. That's one thing I like about this Windrunner character, is that you have a lot of things to get out of trouble. Like, you can stun heroes, and you can also have a short burst of speed. You have a short burst of speed where you can quickly try and run away, like I'm doing now. Oh, do I kill? No, we don't kill him.
Already moving.
But yeah, it basically, you can use your for Windrunner, you can use her stun to kind of get away from champions easily, or to, you know, close ground between them. You can actually trap them between either trees that you see on the side, or onto other champions, depending on how you aim it. And the trees are interesting. You can break the trees down in this game, which is kind of cool. And there's a lot of paths that you can take through the trees, through the jungle. A lot more than there seem to be in League of Legends, from what I can tell.
Attack.
There was just loads of areas where you can just run through. there are actual paths in the jungle, but you can also go off those paths and off route and through the actual trees. So that's pretty cool. Oh, I just died as well. Not good. I've died quite a lot, and again, no one's really had a go at me. But I think I've done alright. Like I said, we've won more games than we've lost, and usually I have more kills than I have deaths. And I usually have a ton of assists in my games. Like with this character, really a lot of assists. Oh, careful. The pacing of the game right now feels pretty good. It's not too long where you have to be in your lanes, you know, as you do at the beginning, trying to farm up and stuff before you start grouping up and ganking and stuff like that. So it feels pretty nice. I've had some short games that have lasted probably about 20 minutes, and I've had some long games that have been over an hour. So it all depends on your teams. They have a thing in this game like they have in Heroes of New Earth, and I guess in the original Dota, I'm not sure, called Denying, where you can kill your own towers or creeps. It's only good to do this if, obviously, if the creep or tower in question is at low health. The point of killing it yourself is that you deny the enemy experience and gold. So last hitting their creeps and yours is, I'm guessing it's probably one of the most essential things to kind of learn to be good at, to really get a good advantage over the enemy in this game. And obviously playing good and not dying to them and their ganks, which obviously, you know, don't overextend. I'm saying this now, I don't take my own advice, because playing, I don't know why, I know what to do and I know what's good for me, but I still don't do it. For instance, auto-attacking creeps. I don't know why I do it, but I just do it. I auto-attack the creeps are dying faster than they should, and my lane is pushing out more than it should be, and I shouldn't be doing it too early in the game, and then I kind of have to hang back, because if I... Oh, you see that? Beautiful. But if I don't hang back and I push out too much, there's more certainty than not that I'm gonna get ganked, and that's never good. And I don't like to feed, like, I don't feed intentionally, and I hate dying because I feel like I'm letting the team down more than anything, and it's never a good thing. You know, I try to do my best. So while I don't play perfectly, and I do know better, I could always be worse. But I'm thinking, look, there's just so many heroes in this game right now that I really want to check out the others. And I'm probably going to do it when playing against bots. It has a bot mode in this game, right from the get-go, where you can play against bots. I've been playing bots on the easiest, and for me, they are really aggressive, and they're actually pretty good. Like, other people have told me no, they're crap, they suck late game, but to be honest, like, they seem to play pretty well for easy, like on the easy setting. You'd think easy it would be a pushover, but it's not a complete pushover. If you're not careful, you will die a lot. So that's pretty cool. It's a good place to try out new champions before you start playing with other people, and I know that as well. I'm not gonna jump into a game with other humans, when I've never played a champion, you know. So I'm looking forward to trying out the different new champions, but right now I'm really enjoying playing Windrunner. It's a very fun hero to play for me at the moment. Aesthetically, just the playstyle as well, everything. It's what I enjoy. I don't know what I'm doing here. Am I stealing his jungle? That's not good.
Like the wind.
There's a lot of the times in this game where I feel like I'm wasting way too much time doing stuff that I'm sure I'll get good at later on. For instance, managing the courier, like buying stuff and getting it to deliver stuff to me. Like, I'm a bit fidgety with it right now, so it's taking a lot longer than expected, like me moving around and trying to move it towards me, and then trying to... Sometimes it doesn't deliver to me, and then I drop the stash, and then I run back to pick it up, and all sorts of ridiculous things that waste time. but I'm sure once I get used to how it works, it'll become second nature to me. And those couriers are good, like, to get stuff to you, but you have to be careful because if an enemy hero bumps into it, they can kill it very quickly. And I think if they kill it and it has items of yours in it, you lose those items. And I think that's a pretty good risk reward thing right there. Here you can see the screen for the shop and stuff, where you can buy all the things. Now, you can buy a lot at the shop at the base, but there are certain items that you need to build your weapon that you can't get at that shop. You have to find it in a secret shop, and you will find secret shops scattered throughout the map in the jungle. So you have to leave the safety of your base to these jungle areas to buy certain items. And obviously the enemy will have to do that as well, so sometimes you might run into them when you're shopping for something, and it can get a bit hectic. So it's kind of cool. I do enjoy that little aspect of it. I think it's pretty neat. What else about this game? You not just leveling your skills when you level up, which I think you can get to level 25 in this game, which is max, but every time you level up, you can level one of your 4 skills or your attributes, which is to the left of the skills. You can see the 3 attributes there. So basically, what I do, because I basically use the first 3 skills, but mainly the power shot skill. So what I usually do is I get the first skill, the second, the third skill, and then I max out my second skill, the power shot, and I completely ignore the 4th one. But when I can't upgrade the second skill, the power shot, I put it in attributes, and then I just juggle between the 2 until both are maxed. I don't know if that's a good way to play her, but it seems to be working out well for me, because honestly, I mainly just spam power shot to try and get kills and stuff, or to just weaken the enemy before group engagements, or to just kind of see, like, it gives you good visibility for a few seconds through the fog of war when you use it. It's got a very long range, so it's good for that as well, and it breaks down trees, so you can make other jungle routes for yourself. It has all sorts of purposes, but I never really use the 4th skill, and I only ever use, you know, the first or 3rd skill in situations that I need to use them. The shackle is good. The first skill, which is the shackle, is a good skill though. I mean, the stun really does help in team fights and in solo, so it's always good to get that quickly. Oh, we're trying to chase. I don't know why the guy is chasing my teammate so far up, but he gets killed. And he's like, "Well, what? Well, you know, that's gonna happen."
On my way.
That does happen. You gotta be careful. Sometimes I'm not careful. Like, I think I'm safe and stuff, but like, sometimes the enemy gets fed pretty bad, and like, I die real quick. Like, they just pop out of the jungle, a few moves, and I'm dead immediately. I'm like, whoa. But this game, this game is pretty good because you know, I'm not playing the best, but I'm showing you like how I'm learning as well as I play. You know, I kind of test the waters in a few areas, and you know, I think I do pretty good, considering I'm new to Dota 2. Although, like I said, being experienced in this type of game, whether it's HON or LOL, it's always good. That kind of stuff always helps. If you're completely new to this type of genre of game, don't worry about it. Like, you will die a lot, unless you're like a god at gaming and like you just pick stuff up really fast. If you're more normal, okay, you will die a lot. You will die. The best thing to do is to not worry too much about it. if you can, play against the bots more, just to, like, practice and get comfortable, because you will die to bots, that's for sure, if you're completely new. But it's a great way to learn. It's a great way to learn how the game is played, objectives, you know, when to move, where, kind of have a game sense. You develop a game sense in this sort of game, for how people play it, like where you think people will be running to, where they are in the jungle, at what points in the game, things like that. And of course how to avoid skill shots, like how I just didn't. But as you can see, I kind of knew I could take him at that point. My minions were with me, which do a lot of damage actually. And he thought he could take me, but he was wrong, and it was too late for him to run away before he realized that, but he died, and that's just how it is. When you get a game sense, you kind of have better understandings of when those situations will be in your favor, you know, and then you'll know when to commit and when not to commit. Before then, it's going to be a bit scary, and you're not going to know, and it's basically going to be a gamble. If you try to stick it out and stay, you might beat them within an inch of their life, but they just about get you, and you die, and then they run off and they heal up, and then you might be kicking yourself about it. But you learn from it, and that's what it's about. You know, these games, it's mainly about learning. You just have to learn every single bit. If you want to get good, that is. You have to really learn the games inside and out. And if that sounds like, oh, it's a daunting task, it really shouldn't be, because to be honest, like, for me, if it's not fun, I'm just not gonna bother. I'm not gonna bother learning about it. I'm not gonna really bother playing it after a while. But if a game is fun, you kind of learn anyway. Like, it's not grueling and it's not daunting because you're actually having fun playing. So when you're having fun playing, like, I'm failing with my stash. I'm not sure how it's working. Like, why can't I just drag it from my stash? You know, I didn't realize that. Well, my stash is at my base, and you know, yeah, it's just a whole mess. But yeah, if you're having fun playing the game, it's really, it doesn't seem like work. Like, it doesn't seem like, oh, I have to learn all this and that. You kind of just pick it up as you're having fun and as you're playing it. And then you just start racking up the hours. You start playing tons of games because you're really, you know, enjoying the game. And before you know it, you will be very experienced. And you still may get your ass handed to you every now and then, but you will definitely have improved. It's very hard not to improve in these sorts of games, but sometimes it's hard to see if you've improved if you keep getting put up against really good players that just make life hell for you, you know? And then it might not be so fun when you're playing against people that are really good or that are just so much more better than you. It cannot get fun, like, because they will really exploit that fact and like completely dominate you and your team, and then it cannot get fun. But if it's, you know, if it's very even, that's the best. Those are the best matches. They're the longest matches, but they're really fun matches, and it's always great.
I'm not ready.
Always great to play. I need to drink some more water. My throat, I mean, I haven't done this kind of thing in a month or so, so my voice isn't used to it. It's drying up really quickly.
I'm way ahead.
Oh, bloody hell.
I go.
But yeah, I'm talking to my teammates a lot on TeamSpeak, and usually they talk back. Sometimes they don't have mics, so they just type to you. But I think when you're polite and you're nice to people, and you reach a hand out to them,
As the arrow flies.
they will I think they'll be positive mostly throughout the game.
Of course.
The only negative experience I've had so far, I guess, is I was playing with some Russians on my team.
Already moving.
I don't know Russian, they talk Russian, so that's not the problem though, but like, one of the guys was getting really angry with me because, like, we were at that point in the game where we were all running as a team throughout the map, but when we were clearing creeps, I was getting the last hit a lot and getting the gold for it, and he was getting really angry, and he was like, "Stop stealing, creep," or something in like really broken English, and I was like, whoa. I didn't like say anything back to him because I didn't want to like start an argument, but like I just thought it was a bit odd, especially at that point in the game when we were all running together. It's not like I was like, you know, just tagging along with him and purposely stealing his jungle or something. So that was a bit weird. You know, I don't like it when people kind of get like that. I don't feel like that's very team orientated. And some might argue, well, if you're stealing someone's creep, that isn't team orientated either, because some heroes need farm, and I agree with that. But like I said, with the situation that we were in, it seemed very odd. If he was just expecting us to not do anything while we're all running, you know, throughout the map together and just let him take everything, it was a bit weird, especially when you need to kind of get rid of waves quickly so that you can attack towers and stuff. It's just very odd. I don't know. Like, I think there's a time and a place for all sorts of those kind of things, and you need to know when to do it and when to back off and let someone have his farm or whatever. I don't really care. Like, for me, like in these kind of games, I'm really not one of those kind of die-hard players where like everything has to be perfect and you play it like this or you don't play at all. Like you play it exactly how I expect you to do it or not at all, and if you don't, I'm gonna get angry and pissed off. Like I will try to get last hits on creeps in my lane and all this and that, but I'm not gonna be like sweating over it and like killing myself if I miss it a few, you know, a few last hits or whatever. So I just play it without too many fucks, really. Too many fucks given, pardon my language, but that's just how I play it, and I think it's the best way to play it, because there's really no point in getting completely pissed off
Already moving.
when things don't go your way, because you're gonna like burst veins in your head over a game, and there's no point at all. Just play the game, do your best. If it goes the way you want it to, fine, that's good. And if we're winning, we're winning. If we're losing, we're losing. Just, you know, don't get so angry. You know, it's just because I know what these communities are like in these sorts of games. And for people that don't play these sorts of games, you will find out, if you do end up playing these sorts of games, that there are so many horrible people. And I'm serious, there are really horrible people in this game that are just, they don't care about anyone else but themselves. They talk to you like you're nothing. I don't think they realize that you're not like a computer, like you're a human being with thoughts and feelings, you know? They just say the most crude, crass, heartless things. And a lot of them do it just to get a rise out of you for some reason. They like to troll you, but others just do it because they get pissed off. They genuinely get angry over a game. They genuinely get pissed off and they start taking it out on everyone, you know? Hopefully everyone, because there's nothing I find more despicable than when a whole team starts to like berate one person and single one person out, because that's bullying in a way. And I feel bad when it happens to people, and when it happens, when I see it happen, I always try to kind of defend the person getting shit talked on, because it never helps. Like, what is the point? If someone is not playing well, how is it going to help them when you tell them to eat a dick and die in a fire and to uninstall from the game and life and to kill themselves? That's not going to help you, that's not going to help them, and it's probably going to make us lose even worse, you know? So don't do it. I don't get it. Don't do it. What's the point? Just kind of, if you're frustrated, punch your wall or something. I don't know, do something. If you have a stress ball, or I don't know, just find other outlets for your rage rather than typing furiously on the internet to people you don't know about how you would wish they killed themselves. As you can see here, we're actually nearing the end of our game. I think we handled it pretty well. What was my score? I'm not sure. We'll see at the end anyway. But I think I did alright on this one. Basically, just destroying all these structures. I don't know what half of these structures do.
On it.
Some of them they work like a tower where they shoot at you, and I kill those, but like the other ones that you can kill that I don't know what they do. Like there's loads of them. There's the big ones that don't do anything, and then there's the small ones that don't do anything. I think if you kill the big ones, it helps you spawn super creeps to help, you know. But I'm not sure. I'll find out. But I'm killing them just to be safe. You know, kill everything you can kill, and I miss my skill shot because I'm bad. And I'm almost dead as well. What am I doing?
I run like the wind.
Ah! Yeah, look, he wants my
I
blood.
go.
See ya. I'm just like, yeah, there's no point in staying around at that kind of
I'm
health.
not ready.
Just run all the way back.
I'm way ahead. Like the
And I
wind.
didn't buy any scrolls, so I couldn't teleport back.
Not yet.
That's another thing I have to get used to. I have to start buying scrolls. It's just, you know, running all the way back is not good. Now these items are situational, and I have no idea if the situation calls for it. I'm just buying what I think looks like it could be useful, basically. But yeah, this game was pretty long,
Now that
about
was a bargain.
40 minutes. If you like what you see, I hope you get into the beta.
Already moving.
It will be free to play when it finally does get released. I'm not sure when it gets released. I think maybe in a few months. But once it is released, go ahead and give it a go. It's free. There are obviously microtransactions. There is a shop where you can buy cosmetic
On my way.
items
My
and like
fly.
stuff to help you XP faster. But
Already moving.
yeah, you don't have to pay for anything. You can just play it normally. If you like what you see, I would definitely suggest you give it a go. It's a very fun team game.
I run like the wind.
Very interesting heroes, very
I rush
fun
onward.
game mechanics. As far as like if it's for casuals or if it's for like you know, elitists or whatever you want to call them, pros or whatever. I am definitely not pro. I would say I would align myself more with the casuals, and for me this game is not that difficult to pick up and
Like the
play.
wind.
Obviously to master it is something different, but I
On
think
my
like
way.
with all the different things that you have to learn with like
As the arrow
creep
flies.
denying and all sorts of other things, it's honestly not that difficult. Anyone can do it. It's I think it would be good for casuals and pros, to be honest, from what I've
Of
played so
course.
far. Obviously the pros will definitely dominate a lot more if they're good at doing creep denying and farming by a huge margin. So you have to be somewhat competent at it, but I don't think it's that difficult to be competent at it. It just takes a bit of practice. So anyone can really do it. Being casual or not I don't think is going to really be an excuse for that.
I run like the wind.
But yeah, as for first impressions of Dota 2, I am actually loving this game. Really, it's really fun. It's really fun to play. I'm definitely going to be sinking more hours into this. I haven't really been playing games like Terra or Diablo 3 much lately. So I do have some time. I could record the games I play, but to be honest, like they're pretty long, and even the not so long ones, I don't know, you might get bored. It might just be boring content. Hell, even this might be boring content, I don't know, but I'm just giving you my impressions of the game. If you do want to see more Dota 2 stuff, I could definitely do something about that. But yeah, there you go, victory. This is Dota 2. Excellent game so far, very fun. Check it out for sure.